What is shaking, Internet? Welcome to A Dash of Salts, my weekly show where I review stuff, talk about stuff, and give stuff away. This week, reviewing comics, playing tactical games, and still trying to get Twitch going.
Chica, 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 chica.
Welcome everyone to another Dash of Salts where I talk about stuff and do all that stuff that I already did the intro. Okay, so this week, I'm going to go ahead and start off with reviewing comics. So, generally, I play video games a lot. I play a lot of video games. Recently, I haven't played anything spectacular that I really wanted to review. So I wanted to go ahead and review some comics that I've been reading. Like my fingerless gloves. My hobo gloves, as I like to call them. Love them. It's cold. It's cold. Okay, so what I wanted to go ahead and review... Let me camera real quick. Let's not jump around too much. So what I have here is a set of comics that you can probably get at your local library, depending on how good your library is. But I've been reading these, and I really wanted to kind of focus on them. Basically, on this, let's do it on this side. These are the Amulet series, or as I like to call them, the Amulet series. Amulet. There are currently 6 books in the series, and they are fantastic comic books. They are written by one Kazu Kibuishi. I don't know. I don't know if I've never read anything else by him, so I can't really say too much. But generally, yeah, these books are absolutely fantastic. I'll just go ahead and hold one up while I talk about it. Really cool thing about this book is it's I assume that the guy is Korean, Japanese, something like that, but it's not a Japanese style. If you look inside the pages, I'll just give you a quick look. The character designs are actually very simplified, and I kind of like it. We get some non-anthropomorphic. So, like, if you look at the characters, a lot of them are very simple and very like look at the humans in them. Like they're not that spectacular. They aren't realistic or anything like that. But they give a lot of character to these simple characters, simply drawn characters, rather. I think Kazu does a really good, fantastic job in this Amulet series. Like I said, there are 6 books right now. So if you are a comic reader, I highly suggest you pick it up. It's in the vein of, let's say, Bone, if you've ever read Bone. It's a very stylized comic. It has its own style. The really cool thing about this is it has its very simple characters, but the backgrounds and the environment, the setting of the comic is absolutely fantastic. Like it's got some really vibrant colors, really crazy things going on, and there's just a lot to see and a lot to do in this beautiful world that Kazu has made. So I highly recommend that you go check out the Amulet series. Like I said, there's only 6 books in it right now. It is not complete. Kazu says that there's going to be 9 books in the series, so you might have to wait a couple more years, several more years to get the final theory, the final anthology of books. So in the meantime, if you don't want to start something that's not finished already, so you can't go finish it, I would highly recommend you to go to read Bone. I don't have Bone with me, so I can't show it off, but Bone is a highly acclaimed graphic novel that's also has 9 books in it, and it is simple. It's similar to this style. Basically, the characters in it are very simply drawn. There's not a lot of detail in the characters, but the world and the setting and the story is fantastic, and it's portrayed in such a way that it's really just great to read. So comics are out of the way, so let's go ahead and get into the games. This week's going to be a little different. So I've been playing a lot of games, but one specifically has been kind of popping out at me. I will see if I can put a logo up now of the game called Fantasy War Tactics. Yeah, so Fantasy War Tactics is a free-to-play, like, Candy Crush type game on your phone, on Android. You can go download it right now. It is made by Nexon, and Nexon, if you have heard that name before, has made a lot of games. I believe it's a Korean company that has been making games for a very long time at this point. They've made some fantastic games back in the day. They're terrible now because they sold them to other people and other people ran them into the ground. But yeah, I mean, I think some great games have come out of Nexon, and this is a very simple but very complex. Like it's simple looking and simple to play, but it's got a lot of depth to it. So it is a free-to-play game, but it does have a pay-to-win model. Basically, you can pay to get these crystals, and the crystals go and let you kind of upgrade stuff faster or level up your characters faster, stuff like that. But the cool thing about it is completely free-to-play, and you can get everything in it basically it's very easy to get crystals. Like basically, as long as you play and as long as you log in every day, you're gonna get crystals. The only reason I recommend it is it's probably the best tactics game that I found on a phone right now. It's very similar in style to old school Final Fantasy Tactics or the Disgaea series. Tactics games. I've always loved the tactics games, like Ogre Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics, Disgaea. Those are like the core tactics games for me. And Final Fantasy or Fantasy War Tactics, which is the stupidest name ever, but you know what can you do? Fantasy War Tactics has really grabbed my attention, and I really enjoy playing it. And I recommend it. Now, along with those lines, the tactics game is what I'm going to be giving away this week. So let's go ahead and jump into the gift. So last week I announced that I was going to give away a copy of The Swapper. The Swapper is a two-dimensional platform horror puzzle game. Best way I can describe it. I had a lot of fun playing it. I did play it all the way through, and not very many games grabbed my attention like The Swapper did. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and give a copy away. And last week, the winner of last week's giveaway is Mr. Gifter. So, Mr. Gifter, if you see this video, all you have to do is send me on YouTube a comment or either leave a comment in the description below or send me a message. Send me a message on YouTube and I will contact you and get you that code on Steam. Cool. That gets the gift for last week and then the gift for this week. So, since we've been talking about tactics game, I was going to go ahead and give away games. Unfortunately, I'm late in giving this video, which is no surprise to anybody who's ever seen any of my videos, but I'm going to go ahead and give away 3 games, 3 tactics games, 2 of which I have not played and I cannot recommend, but I have no idea. I just have them, so I'm going to go ahead and give them away. And then one final one that I do really like and I'm going to go ahead and recommend. So the first game is Argarest Generations of War. Argarest Generations of War is another tactics game with that Disgaea style feel, like all the 3-dimensional planes, isometric, and you have the 2D characters. Tons of characters in it. I played a little bit of it, and I've really enjoyed what I've seen so far. It's got a really cool battle system with some cool tactical grid maneuvering. I don't know. It's really fun. And the other 2 games, which are Blackguards 1 and Blackguards 2. I have no idea about these games, but I know they're tactical games. That's about all I know. But I have some copies, and I feel bad being late on this video, so I'm going to give 3 games away. You will get Argarest Generations of War, Blackguards 1, and Blackguards 2. All you have to do to win those games is leave a comment in the comment section below. If you'd like to ask me a question, feel free. If you just want to comment on the content of this video, feel free. Basically, just say anything at all and in the comments below, and you will be entered to win. And that pretty much wraps it up. We're going to have a nice quick video because I need to get back to playing games this week. Either way, I hope you've enjoyed this video, so please like, favorite, share, subscribe, comment for those games below, and as always, you keep it salty, Internet.